Welcome to the series where I'll be building an episode of Doctor Who inside of Minecraft each episode. This first series will be looking at the first series of Doctor Who. Released in 2005, it is a rebooted comeback of the show, commonly referred to by fans as the New Who era. In each of my episodes, I will be building the key themes and plot points from the Doctor Who episodes inside a 22x22 grid in Minecraft Creative. Hope you can join me along this journey, and let's get started. Right, so Season 1, Episode 1 is titled Rose. Our main protagonist is just a basic Londoner who works in a shop. She's told to go to the basement to give someone else something, she can't find them, and then she runs into these Auton creatures. She runs into the doctor who tells her to run. Then Rose is confused, she takes part of the Auton creature's home, which is like a plastic arm. Then the doctor shows up at her house tracking the Auton creature. The doctor is a bit goofy and silly, we don't know who he is. Rose follows him, asks who he is, and then Rose does investigating and finds out more about the doctor. Then the doctor tracks down Rose and her boyfriend Mickey, and the doctor knows that Mickey has been turned into one of the Auton creatures, or less, captured. Then the doctor and Rose run away from the Mickey Auton creature, and they go into the TARDIS. Rose opens up and sees the whole TARDIS, and this is the first time viewers actually see the TARDIS in the New Who era. They follow the signal, taking them to London at night, and they find out that London Eye is actually a transmitter beam. They go underneath, finding Mickey and the TARDIS, and then Rose saves the doctor by kicking the anti-plastic into the big Auton creature thing that they found, and then Rose runs off with the doctor. That was difficult. Hello. I hope you guys could follow. That was quite a lot to take in. This is my 22x22 grid, and we're just going to be starting to... words. Oh, that was very tiring, saying all that. We are going to be starting to build the episode and the themes in Minecraft. I might just say that it is easier if you guys have seen the episode, then you might understand what I'm doing. But the brief description at the start of the video is just a little helpful reminder. Right, we're going to be building the Auton sort of lair room with the big Auton mind thing. I don't know what it is, but I know it's telepathic, and I know it just sits there, sort of like the what's it called? The Jagrafess in the later episodes. I can't remember what it's called. We'll get there though. We will get there. But yeah, so they seem to like these sort of weird creatures, these sort of Sarlacc pit type creatures in the early series, because I think they're easier to have, CGI, easy to just have something on a wall. In this case, it's on the floor and it's a big pit and it's got this screaming mouth. So we're going to build a circular circle in the middle here, just to lay out what we're going to do. And I'm going to try and use all of this space here to really facilitate maximise all the space and give it that aesthetic feel. Just a few more blocks and there we go. Our circle is complete, and that's quite a nice layout. I like the symmetrical pattern. It's not going to really distract too much from the build because you're not going to notice it too much. Now I kind of want to build a little room down here and then sort of build it up so it's quite a tall, deep pit, and then on top have the London sort of landscape, if you know what I mean, from the as the Auton layer is underneath the road that Rose and the Doctor are on. As I was saying, the Auton creature, I really need to look up the name of what this thing is. I think it's like a mother of the Autons. It's going to go in the middle here. Okay, so I've started to build the creature. It's like an orangey, burny colour, so I've gone for a palette of oranges and yellows. I'm going to try and create a organic shape, which, is the easiest thing to do in Minecraft, of course. No one ever complains about building organic shapes at all. Now added in some orange concrete powder, that's it, forgot the name of it. Adding some more orange... Added in some more orange concrete, I might leave that in, some more orange concrete powder to give it that texture. Now I'm not really going for a certain shape here, more of a circular one. If it's not perfect, that's fine, I can always do it up later. It's starting to take shape. We've got the honey blocks in the middle, but I don't like how extended this is, so I'm going to try and even out the orange powder going around the side. Now we're adding some density to our organic shape. You can see it's very wibbly wobbly. Now, I will get this perfect. It will be perfect and it will be amazing. Some of you may be a bit confused as to why I'm choosing to do this inside of Minecraft. It's mainly because I have a love for Doctor Who, and I need somewhere to sort of not only rant, but get all this information out of my head and onto somewhere. So I think this is the best place to do it, because I can tell you guys all what I know about the series that I love and have been growing up watching, and really just share my passion for the TV show. And all these builds mainly are going to be from memory. This one definitely is from memory. I've only looked at a brief picture of what this guy looks like so I can film the intro, but yeah, I'm not too sure exactly what it is like. That's a little weird face. He looks so happy though. He looks so happy. Next up, I am building the frames of the little area, well, the room that he's in. It's sort of like an underground sewer thing. I don't actually know. I need to look up what he's actually in and how he got there and all that. Pretty sure, if you pay attention in the episode, they tell you that the Autons escaped the Time War and their planet was destroyed or something like that. So they fled here, and they are basically scavengers, and they are... Sorry, I just remembered, it's the Nestine Consciousness. I just remembered the name of it. This is what happens. There's so many blimmin' creatures that you just forget all the names. This is the Nestine Consciousness, and I feel like an idiot for not saying it in the intro now. Yes, this is... The Nestine is the actual species, and the Autons are a tool of the Nestine. The Autons are just the plastic men, and the Nestine is a consciousness that sort of goes into this plastic that turns it to life and makes it alive. It's based on an old classic Who villain, and it's very clever, and it's very scary as well at the same time. Seeing it as a young wee boy at the time, I was quite scared of them. Our Nestine conscious boy is coming along together now. Look at that, he's so cute. Yeah, he's got some slabs to raise him up. He's got a big old mouth to yawn with. Oh, he's so cute. I definitely think this is somewhat resembles, and that's what I'm going for. I'm going for a somewhat resembling look of the creature that you see on screen, just so you can see the whole scenario and you can go, oh yeah, I know it. That's the thing from Doctor Who, and that's pretty much what I want. Let's talk some more Doctor Who facts, shall we? I don't really know any to do with this episode. I can't really remember many. It's quite a long time ago. So this episode introduces us to the Doctor played by Christopher Eccleston, who plays the Ninth Doctor, and then the companion Billy, who is the companion Rose, played by Billie Piper. I can't remember the name for Mickey's actor. It might come to me as we do this. Noel Clarke. Is it Noel Clarke? It was Noel Clarke, yes. I just googled it. Right, anyway, so the series 1 of Doctor Who is quite a special one because they sort of had a free range to do whatever they wanted. You know, they sort of wanted to attract new viewers, and to do that, they were like, right, let's do the most chaotic things ever. Like how in the first episode, they made a pit of a giant CGI Nestine creature, and they made shop window dummies attack people in the street, and they shot at people, and it was quite scary. In London, of all places. Obviously, all of that is just a side quest to introduce to our character, Rose, who in fact does steal the spotlight in this episode, being that it's named after her. Rose is probably my second or first favourite companion, not just because she's the first, but because of just the way her and the Doctor connect with each other. And we'll slowly start to see that as the series progresses. I don't really want to give spoilers, but obviously spoilers are going to happen, so spoiler warning. So there's been a little bit of time between this and the last clip. I've added just some extra details. You know, we've got all this sewer stuff, the ladder going up, and then some lights down below, because I noticed it was getting a little bit dark. But the main general stuff is still here. I've just been adding bits on as I've been going. And I've been trying to think of what I can say in addition, and I think I might talk a bit about this series. Now, this series is just going to consist of the first series, because I want to sort of release them in weekly orders. So I think I've planned this is going to go out on a Sunday. Hello, Sunday viewers. But this is the first series, and I think there are 12 episodes, possibly 10. I think so, but for every episode is going to be one video, and I have a love for all of Doctor Who, so I will treat every episode with the same amount of respect and the same amount of passion, really, and knowledge. Well, I say that I've only seen the Chibnall era once, but I guess I could rewatch it to do this series if I get that far. That is, but obviously this is quite a time-consuming project to do, as it's taken me quite a while to build just this underground layer. But I'm enjoying it and having fun whilst doing it. So yeah, there I just built the chain that Rose uses to sort of jump off the railing to kick the Autons on, and that's quite a cool part. It's quite a shame that I can't actually add in the mobs and all that, but you know, it doesn't matter. They're just cause lag anyway. And I have sort of found some ways to build some mobs, but it's cool. I think now we can sort of add the roof to this area, and then we can add in the upper bits. But I think this is looking quite cool. You know, this is giving the same vibes as the scene that you see, and I'm sure people would see this and go, yes, that looks pretty familiar. You may be thinking, hey Phipps, this is kind of well timed because Doctor Who's getting released on lots of streaming platforms, just like BBC iPlayer and all the series of Doctor Who are being released, sorry, in the British Isles. And then in America and elsewhere, I'm pretty sure it's being released onto Disney Plus, which means there's going to be lots of new viewers of Doctor Who. So it's pretty coincidental that you're making a series about Doctor Who, starting from the first series one, explaining it and you know, I've given a simple overview of it. And I would say to that, well, that's very precise of a investigation you've done there. But no, really, I'm trying to get you guys to be interested in Doctor Who because I'm very interested in Doctor Who, and I think sharing this will maybe get you guys into it, watching it as along with me doing these videos. Perhaps if you're really invested, so then you can watch the video and you can come back. Sorry, you can watch Doctor Who, then you can come watch the video, and then you can be like, yes, I remember that bit, that bit's really cool. Or if you're an old viewer of the show and you sort of left it when they turned into Peter Capaldi and you were like, oh my god, I hate this, and then you can come back to it and be like, wow, this show's just as I remember it. It's really cool and lovely, and also very scary with monsters, but it's made for kids, so it's fine. Here we are, our first underground layer is done, looking a bit like an oven, but we're going to ignore that, and I cannot unsee that now. Right, we're going to be working on the top part, and I really want to build the transmitter beam, otherwise known as the London Eye. Here I've started work. You can see I've sort of maximised my space by using the what is it? Blackstone? I've used the blackstone as the road material and also the roof, and then made it these little tiny street lights because I don't really want to overcomplicate the build because they're not what your main attention is going to be on. So this is a little pavement, the little what's the drain? All these names. The little pothole cover that they sort of go down is where the ladder is, just a little trapdoor, and then here we got the wall, and I'm trying to find a suitable ocean or sea, basically the River Thames colour. And I'm going to try to make it now. I think this is my best option, and that looks pretty good. So we're going to build London Eye over on this edge, and the transmitter is going to be facing the other way, which is really cool actually, I think. Now the hard part is trying to build a circle. So I've gone for the method where you just sort of start placing and then not thinking. I've definitely made this too low down and not really thought about it too well. It's so difficult to do when it's in your head and you think it's going to be perfect, and then you just start doing it. It's like, oh my days. But it's fine. We will get it done, and there's nothing bad here. It's just, you know, happy accidents, as a certain Boborus Robus once said. Okay, well, I'm feeling pretty confident about this go, because I think it's going to turn out quite well. And obviously a circle in Minecraft, I'm not going to go overly massive, it's going to have a 4 width. I'm not even sure what to call it, a 4 side, and then the 2 and the 1. So 4 to 2 to 1. And it's basically just your average Minecraft circle. In fact, it's the same circle I think I did on the nesting conscious down at the bottom. Now, if you guys are Doctor Who fans like me, then you are obviously probably going to enjoy this series. But if you're new to Doctor Who and you don't really know what's going on, then, like I say, I recommend watching the series. There's no harm in doing it. But if you're just like really into Minecraft and you want to watch this video anyway, then you're welcome as well. No one's non-welcome to this video. And look at that, I did the circle. Now that looks pretty good, I think. I think the middle bit's a bit confusing here, so get rid of that. And maybe we have to make this higher or something. But other than that, I think it's pretty good. Let's find the centre there. Let's go one more higher. So there's a 2x2 centre of that. That looks pretty good. I can't lie. Now I'm going to try and connect this in the middle Now this is going to be an absolute pain. I know it is. Right, let's try and crack this one down. Why are Ferris wheels so hard to do? I've had to sort of resort to glass panes because it's been such a pain to get the angles right, and it's just not really connecting together. So I think I might have to make it a bit odd. Obviously, if this was much bigger, then perhaps it would work. But unfortunately, on the scale I'm working at, I'm going to have to make things a bit smaller than normal. So I might have to put blocks here just so it matches up. But that is a shame. That is a shame. Slabs, maybe? Yeah, slabs will work because slabs are, you know, they sort of in the middle. And it just needs to be in the middle. That's fine. That's all good. Lovely. And I think if you were to see this, you'll go, yeah, that is a Ferris wheel. You did a pretty good job there, Phipps. I love you. Okay, maybe you wouldn't say the love you part, but you know, someone has to, so. And there's our wheel looking very snazzy. Now it's time to add the transmitter parts to make it actually part of Doctor Who. Right, let's go add these bits on strategic points of the wheel, just like the Nestine did. I mean, the 2005 CGI did look better than my Minecraft CGI looks, because my Minecraft CGI is just blocks in the game. But from a distance, I'm sure this will look fine. I'm sure. Now I'm going to build the blue rings of emitting off, and I think these are going to make it look the part. You're not really going to notice the wheel. So let's just try and get these done. Onto the final small blue ring now. And I think I might destroy the middle of that one. And woohoo, look at that. That's looking pretty good. Okay, I'm going to say that's our build done. That is our Rose Episode 1, Series 1 of Doctor Who. Done. Now that is pretty good. So let's take a tour, shall we? I am an idiot. I completely forgot to add the TARDIS in, so I'm following my own tutorial on my channel, how to build the TARDIS banner. And I'm going to build 2 of them to make it a double TARDIS, because this build is 22 by 22, which means the centre is uneven. Sorry, the centre is even, which means every TARDIS I build in the centre is going to be even as well. Sorry for the confusion there. Right, let's add in our TARDIS. And the TARDIS goes here in the show. It sort of goes in the centre because they capture it and they hide it down. Not too sure how they actually did that. So we're going to have the sort of like that. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And you can tell it's a TARDIS from a distance. You can tell in the scenery it's a TARDIS. And I think that's really cool. And now, let's take our tour of what we just made. So, starting at the top, we have the Ferris wheel transmitting the Nestine control over every plastic on the planet, trying to conquer the world. Now, this is the London landscape, and obviously it's closer than normal, but I think it looks pretty good for the minimalistic view we're going for. Now, if you come down this pothole or the sewage tunnel, come down here on the ladder, you will see this is the room where the Nestine consciousness is laying, and this is where the Autons hold the Doctor captive. There he is with his eyes or eyebrows and mouth open, yeah. And then behind here we have the TARDIS, which is of course captured and later used to run away with the Doctor, Rose and Mickey. Now here's a little bit where Mickey was hiding up there, and then here is the chain that Rose sort of leaped down on to kick the Autons. And that is Rose in a nutshell. Not Rose the character. I mean Rose the episode of Series 1, Episode 1, Doctor Who. And I hope you guys enjoyed. So thank you for watching, and I hope I can see you in the next episode. Hope you learn a few cool facts about Doctor Who in this episode.